Hi guys, I'm starting to think that Reform UK councillors are just empty vessels that have talking points from Nigel Farage HQ poured into them. They don't actually have ideas of their own, or if they do, they're instructed not to express them. Most political parties have a narrative that they have to push, or a bunch of slogans that they want to get into the heads of the public. But if you voted for reform in order to get something better, then you'll be deeply disappointed. Here's Stephen Atkinson, who was elected to represent Reform UK on Lancashire County Council, was asked about the pledge to prevent migrants being housed in areas where it now controls the council.
It's very difficult if you want to stop people being put in hotels in Lancashire, for example, which you do. How do you stop that? Because it's the Home Office that makes that decision, and you don't really have the powers not to have them, do you?
Well, Lancashire County Council does work with the Home Office. But it's the language that's used.
Okay, before we get to the language, the question was, how are you going to stop the Home Office from putting asylum seekers into your town? And the simple answer is, we can't. Zia Youssef, the chairman of Reform UK, was on the Laura Koonsberg show on Sunday, and he talked about trying to use the power of the courts. He's going to basically waste public money fighting a case that cannot be won. So instead of being honest and saying, look, there's nothing we can do about it, or we're very limited in what we can do because this is a contract between the Home Office and Serco, or Home Office and other providers, we just have to go along with it. People, I understand that not everyone who voted for Reform UK at the local elections is a racist and a bigot. People were angry with the councils. They were angry with the central government. And they thought, look, what we're going to do is we're going to give the government and the Conservatives a bloody nose by putting in Reform UK. I understand that. But you're not getting someone better. You're not getting people who are competent. You're not getting people who are actually going to fix the problems, improve the situation. It's just going to get worse under them because they're not there to fix things. They're there just to complain.
It's everything, such as forced migration. Is how they describe people arriving on boats. And these people have made a choice to come on those boats.
He doesn't understand what forced migration is. If you're losing your home because somebody comes in with a gun and points it at your head, is it a choice to walk out the door? Well, technically, yes, it is a choice. People are being forced out of their homes, out of their regions in those countries because of climate change, for example. Large-scale infrastructure projects are forcing people out of their homes. Corrupt governments who are not going to respect the rule of law are forcing people out of their homes. So they're moving into other countries. Those other countries are becoming destabilized and people are fleeing as well. They're being forced out of their home. That's what we mean by forced migration. It's not a real choice if somebody is saying, well, you can leave or die.
Serco is a government contractor, are advertising now 5-year leases guaranteed to landlords. And what's that going to do? It's going to make some landlords ask British families to leave to put migrants into houses. This is appalling. This is absolutely wrong. You might have a young family that's out on the street sofa surfing, and this is government money.
Oh, God. Remember, this is Reform frigging UK. The party who's on the side of the landlord. And now he's saying, oh my goodness, we're going to have tenants kicked out of their homes. Now, is Stephen here advocating for stronger protections for tenants so that they can't be kicked out of their home? Probably not. Because he's with Reform UK. Reform UK is the party on the side of the landlord, not on the side of the tenant. They're on the side of the business owner, not on the side of the worker. Some people probably voted for Reform thinking that, well, this is a party of the working class, or this is a party of the tenant. No. They don't care about you. They'll try and use you. And here he was trying to suggest, what about the poor tenant? Do you support policies to protect tenants? No, you don't. So shut the F up. You don't care about the tenants. You're trying to use them as a political football. I think people will eventually wake up and smell the coffee. Reform UK do not represent the working class. They don't represent workers. They don't represent the poor. They don't represent tenants. They don't care about any of these people. They will use them. They will convince them that they're on their side in order to get into power. So this guy doesn't understand that, or he pretends not to understand, that the council have very little power over where the Home Office puts people. And he's trying to suggest at the same time that we need to think about the poor tenants. But don't worry, our members in Parliament will vote against measures to protect tenants. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.